Imagine being told there is one perfect person for you, your twin flame. And if they reject you, that's not rejection, that's a test. This is the engine inside Twin Flame's universe. Run by Jeff and Shaleia Ayan. The core weapon is called the mirror exercise. Any negative feeling you have? It isn't real. It's a mirror reflecting your own brokenness back at you. So you stop blaming them. You only blame yourself. This is a self-blame loop. It silently disables your ability to detect harm. Then comes the digital milieu control, private groups, constant coaching, total information saturation. Reality gets filtered through the leaders. And when your assigned twin flame is the same gender, members report being pressured into new gender identities to force the masculine-feminine template. It is coercion dressed as destiny, a cult that runs on an algorithm of guilt. Every cult begins with a promise that answers your deepest ache. For Twin Flame's universe, that ache is loneliness. The promise is simple and seductive. Somewhere out there exists one perfect soul match. Your twin flame, not a partner, a mirror of your own soul, split at the dawn of time. Find them, harmonize with them, and you achieve eternal union. It sounds like a dating philosophy. It functions like a trap. The organization was founded by Jeff Ayan and Shaleia Clark, who rebranded themselves Jeff and Shaleia Ayan. They built their empire, not in a compound, but in the cloud. A network of YouTube videos, online courses, and private coaching tiers. This is the modern frontier of coercive control. No remote desert, no barbed wire, just a login screen, a paywall, and a community that never sleeps. They position themselves once as influencers, but as spiritual authorities. The final word on who your soulmate is and what you must become to deserve them. The central mechanism is deceptively gentle. They call it the mirror exercise. The teaching is this: everything you experience is a reflection of you. If your assigned twin flame ignores you, that is not their choice. It is a mirror showing you your own resistance, your own unhealed wounds. If they block you, if they say no, if they call you a stranger, irrelevant. Reality is rewritten. Their rejection becomes your homework. Notice the psychological move here. External feedback, the data your brain uses to detect danger, is severed. Every signal that says, "This is wrong," is reinterpreted as, "You are wrong." This is a self-blame loop, and it is neurologically corrosive. The healthy brain runs on prediction and error correction. You act. The world responds. You update. This feedback keeps your model of reality calibrated. The mirror exercise attacks this loop at its root. It teaches the prefrontal cortex to override its own threat detection. Chronic self-blame elevates baseline cortisol and keeps the amygdala primed. The follower lives in a low-grade state of constant guilt. And a guilty, anxious brain is a compliant brain. It stops asking, "Is this person harming me?" It only asks, "What is wrong with me?" That single substitution is the entire machine. Psychiatrist Robert J. Lifton named the first criterion of thought reform milieu control, the control of all communication within an environment. In a physical cult, you build walls. In a digital cult, you build feeds. Twin Flames Universe maintained private groups, constant classes, and tiered coaching. Members were encouraged to immerse, to consume content during every spare moment. The information environment became saturated. Every doubt had a pre-written answer. Every external critic was low vibration. When all incoming signal flows through one source, that source becomes reality itself. This is milieu control, ported into the architecture of the internet. Here the case grows darker. The twin flame doctrine insists each pairing must have a masculine and a feminine energy. But members are assigned matches by the leaders, and sometimes that assigned match is the same gender. According to multiple former members and investigative reporting, the organization pressured people to adopt new gender identities to make the divine template fit. Names changed, pronouns assigned, identities reshaped to satisfy doctrine. This is not self-discovery. This is identity overwritten by authority to preserve a belief system. The self becomes one more variable the leaders are permitted to edit. What makes this case a landmark is its medium. The same engagement loops that power social media power this group. Notifications, streaks of engagement, parasocial intimacy with the leaders. The dopamine architecture of the app and the dependency architecture of the cult are the same architecture. There is no gate to crash, no perimeter to flee. The control is woven into the same device you use for everything else. Escaping required something difficult. Reconnecting the severed feedback loop, trusting external reality again, friends' doubt, the plain word no from another human. Survivors describe the slow return of their own judgment as the hardest and most important work. Recovery is the brain relearning that its alarms were always telling the truth. So we log this one carefully. A cult with no walls, a prison with no perimeter, where the guard is your own guilt and the cell is your own phone. The mirror exercise turned self-blame into a lock, and the algorithm held the key. File EP03 closed.